Hey guys, Steven here with Spock. I know I said it might be a while before I told this other story, but I was like, why not just go ahead and tell it now? Because I just watched a few videos based on my topic of this happening to other people. So it kind of motivated me to just go ahead and post this video out. Also, I just wanted to say I hope all of y'all had a great Thanksgiving. I sure did. We stayed safe and wore masks after eating. We obviously didn't wear them while we were obviously eating, but we did wear our masks. We had a decent turnout, just 10 people. Just like the government had told us to do. With everything obviously going on in the world, stuff like that. So anyways, let's just go ahead and get on into this story. I remember the day like it was yesterday. I really do. Thinking about it right now, just all the memories of this incident just coming back to me. So it was April 25th, 2018. I still remember the day. Actually, 3 days after my birthday, so I just turned 17. So I literally passed out 3 days after my birthday. Gonna take my glasses off. The phone glare is kind of on them. And that's not the only time I've passed out around my birthday. I've also passed out before my birthday, the day before my birthday, in 8th grade, but I've already told that story. That was like back in my sophomore year, before this even happened. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So anyways, it was a day that started off normally. Went and got in the F-150 and drove to school. Believe it or not, we were actually already doing our end of the year testing, so we weren't really doing much in our classes. If I remember, I don't think I was doing any testing. I can't remember if I was doing any testing that day. Actually, I do. I actually was, and I remember. That part just had to come back to me. But anyways, first period was only just me and two people, me and some other guy, and the teacher. Then second period was our ACT class. We weren't really doing much in there. Well, basically nothing, just on our phones, socializing. We even had a sub in there because our actual teacher was up and out with the testing. Then third period comes around. My high school only had 4 periods, both A day and B day. Mind y'all, just to let y'all know. Third period, I had a test, which I did pretty good on. I think it was an English test. I can't remember. It might have been an English test. I'm not so sure. I just can't remember. So anyways, I did pretty good on that test. When I was done, I obviously just sat at the desk I was sitting at. Then we went to lunch. I had no idea where to sit because I have no idea where my friends were. And just basically I eventually found a seat, just not with my actual friends. I don't know, I just did that. I was acting like I was going to push my glasses back up, but they're up here. Anyways, went through lunch just fine. Then, fourth period came around. Here's where things went bad. Started off just fine. Like, I made it through half the class. Hold on, there's a little spit on the screen. Before I start to get into this, please do not hate on this teacher. She's actually not even teaching there at the high school I went to, which is literally like towards that way, like around my backyard. Like, once again, just please do not hate on this teacher. It's all good now. It happened like 3 years ago. And if I see any hate comments, I'm just deleting them. I'll go ahead and say that. So anyways, I was like, I wonder what we're going to do in this class. Plus, it was actually one of the classes I was trying to pass, because I'd already failed the first semester on that class. And part of my grades were because Brownie had to be put to sleep and all that. So that's why my grades kind of slipped in that class. And I wasn't really good at biology, because that was a biology class. Sometimes I wish this didn't even happen. Alright, so fourth period came around, and we had to wait to let the other class, the previous class that was in there, make their ways out. Then we started making our way in, and when everyone was seated, my teacher was like, "How's everyone doing?" We were like saying pretty good, you know. And she was like, "Could one of y'all go ahead and put in the movie?" So she was telling someone else that I wasn't the one that was putting in the movie. So I was like, okay, a movie. I could just sit back and relax, possibly even just watch this thing. But I'll put the movie title down over here, like, so you can see which one it is. But anyways, I was like, okay, get to watch a movie. I didn't even know what the movie was until after all the previews had played. Then the little screen for the play, scene selection, and all that kind of stuff came up. I was like, wait, what kind of title is that again? It was weird. Anyways, I'm going to start walking around a little bit. Maybe it'll help me talk. So anyways, I had to wait a little bit until my teacher could play the movie. When she came back in the room, she closed the door and took our attendance, which pretty much everyone was there. I think a few people left during the movie due to the baseball team having a game. So anyways, she took attendance. Pretty much everyone was there. Then started to explain some stuff in the movie. She was like saying stuff. So in this movie, your DNA determined where you would work and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, that should be interesting. She also had said it was kind of like a murder mystery. So I was like, alright, that should be interesting as well. And Britannic is actually kind of like that too. Titanic Sister Ship. They made a movie on that. That's a pretty good movie. But anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this movie I passed out in. So anyways, I was just wanting the teacher to just stop talking so I could go ahead and watch this thing. Which eventually she did. And she was like, alright, y'all guys better be watching the movie. If I see phones, I'm taking them. So just all you need to do is watch the movie. And that's pretty much it. And I think this was actually a grade. So anyway, she played the movie. I'm going to take these glasses off. So anyway, she played the movie and basically started watching it. It's doing pretty good. Then it was actually at the beginning credits, like, showing, like, all the names that, for all the, all the actors, the names of the actors and the producers and stuff like that. So I was just, like, sitting there like this. It's kind of weird, too. It's like, I didn't really understand what the main character was doing. I think it was like Ethan Hawke who's the main character or something like that. and this was still in the beginning scene. This part, I kind of started to get grossed out. Ethan Hawke got a syringe and a little piece of fake skin, kind of squirted a little bit of blood on it, then put it on his finger and started like gluing it down somehow. That's what kind of started it, but I was like, okay, maybe that won't have it again. Like, hopefully not. So anyways, the actual movie started. I was still doing pretty good. But, you know, I was just thinking about that last scene. I was like, what was going on in that last scene? Then, here comes the flashbacks, which my teacher had also mentioned. There are going to be some flashbacks, so here's one of them now. Anyways, it was when the main character was born. One of the nurses had shot his foot with something and then put it like over a tube and a drop of blood came out, and that kind of started my anxiety even more. Sorry, I can't even talk. That normally happens in all my videos. I start to not be able to talk when I talk too long. Plus, I'm really quiet in real life. Barely even talk. But I do talk to Spock and Kip and all of them. Starting to get off topic, so let's just keep getting into this. So anyways, the doctor had shot his foot and saw the little drop of blood. Started getting grossed out a little bit more. And then, don't ask me how, but one of the lines saying like, every runny nose or skinned knee was taken seriously by my mother. It went some along the lines of that. I don't remember, because I just kind of clearly forgot about that. And I was in a hoodie, so I started to take it off. I was like, okay, maybe I'm just going to put this hoodie down. Then I took my glasses off, put my head down on my desk. I think. Because I know I started, my anxiety just started kicking in. Started to see a little bit of few spots like blue and purple, stuff like that. Then I realized, oh crap, this is the grade. So I get back up and I'm starting to get a little bit worse. So what I do, hold on, I'm even going to show y'all with this chair. Since I was sitting down, I start like getting like this in my chair where I can still see the screen or the TV. But anyways, that doesn't work. Then here comes another scene where the main character's brother is born, and there's this beach scene, so I'm like, okay, the beach, that's nice. Just seeing all the ocean waves come onto the shore. Then the main character pricks his finger with a seashell. Like, I don't think that's sanitary, so don't do that. And those that have seen the movie, don't hate on me for that. Because like I said, I'll just delete all the hate comments. 'Cause that's how I roll. I don't let it bother me. So anyways, my anxiety starts getting worse. I put my head down again. And just say, hopefully this will make it go away. And I also keep my head up, or put my head down, and while still looking at the TV. Eventually I couldn't really handle it anymore, so put my head down again, and keep on doing that. Keep putting my head down, then sitting back up, then putting it back down again. Then I was like, okay, I got an idea. I'm just going to go to the bathroom, or ask to go to the bathroom. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go into the hallway quietly and lay down until a teacher sees me. Like, that was what I was hoping would not happen. Which, I'll get to. Anyways, I raised my hand and my teacher noticed it and was like, yes, Steven? I was like, can I go to the bathroom? I even felt the shakiness in my voice. And my vision was starting to get worse. I was starting to see more spots. And she didn't say yes or no. She just shook her head. And I was like, wait, I can go? And she shook her head again. She was actually shaking her head, yes, but I couldn't see it because all the spots started taking over my vision. And my vision was just getting blurry. So I put my head down again. Then the guy behind me, sitting behind me, tapped on my shoulder and he was like, Steven, she said you could go. I was like, okay. So I get up. Thankfully, my desk was like right next to the door. So that's good. But as I was making my way to the door, I start kind of collapsing. But I didn't pass out in the classroom. I actually managed to get outside. Then as soon as I closed the door from the hallway, I hit my head on the door and passed out. I don't know how long I was out. Might have been a little bit. I don't think it was that long. I think it might have just been for like 5 seconds. Then when I wake up, I just like look towards the hallway. I was like, did I just fall or something? Then I looked down and looked where I was laying down. I was like, I can't sit right here. I'm right in front of the door. So I climb over, or just crawl over, not climb. Crawl over towards like the wall and lean against some lockers. Which sitting down didn't really help. So I actually laid down, just closed my eyes. Like, I even remember what I was thinking. I was thinking about, I can't believe this just happened. And I was also thinking, maybe after school, since I passed out and I felt bad about it, maybe I could just sneak over to my grandpa's Morton building, where the camper was at the time, and just visit it for a little bit. Which we ended up doing that same night. Anyways, while I was on the floor, I thought I heard the classroom door open, and I look up to see a student from my class. Just looking down, he was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? But he didn't really say anything. He just looked down like, and I was like, it was the movie. I passed out because of the movie. I'm staying out here. Which I probably shouldn't have been in the hallway because there was testing going on. But yeah. Anyways, closed my eyes for a little bit more. Laid down. Just what I was doing. Then my teacher comes out. And at first I couldn't even hear her. She was like, Steven, what just happened? I was like, the movie caused me to pass out. Then I asked if I could stay out in the hallway. Then my teacher actually got up, then started heading back into the classroom. And got the student assistant. Meanwhile, I'm checking my ears. Both my hearing aids had fallen out when I hit the floor. So I get up, found them, grabbed them. When I looked over, I saw that there was blood on the floor. My blood. But at the moment, I just didn't really know where I could have been bleeding from. Then the student assistant comes out and he sees what's wrong. I lay back down on the floor. My teacher says, "Steven, get up. Sit up really quickly." Which I sat up. I didn't get up. And the student assistant started handing me paper towels, and he was like, "You need to wipe your face off," because there was blood on it. So I started wiping it off, and I noticed, okay, there actually is blood. I'm bleeding somewhere. And I also scraped my elbow on a side vent. Anyways, I'm not picking that up right now. Anyways, the teacher that was proctoring a test in the room across from our class had heard what was all going on. And she was actually my English teacher the previous year. Anyways, she saw what was going on and brought some paper towels out as well. So both the student assistant and this teacher were handing me paper towels constantly, non-stop. So I kept grabbing them, kept wiping off my face. And that's when my teacher was like, "I'm gonna press my button in the classroom and get the nurse," which she did. Believe it or not, there were also some students from the other room that were peeking their heads out looking all concerned, but the proctoring teacher looked over and motioned for them to just go back in the room. And the nurse didn't take that long to get there. She got there pretty fast. Then everyone started asking if I thought I could walk to the nurse, which I didn't want to, so I was like, "Hey, could we just take a rolling chair?" Which we did. And yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. We went all the way down to the nurse. When I got there, I found out I had a gash up here. You could still kind of see it. Yeah, you could. My hair is getting in the way. Anyways, you could kind of see it right there. Anyways, I was bleeding from here all the way. So all of this was just red. So anyways, I got cleaned up. And my mom also came to take me home. And when we got back home, I sat in that rocking chair, which was actually towards the back door. And my mom got something to spray on this burn, or this scrape. I don't know why I said burn. I guess because it's stuff that you spray on makes it burn, which hurts. I also had a Band-Aid put on here by the school nurse. And he was also at the scene when I got home, and he was on the couch just looking at me all concerned with his ears folded down and everything. Then a few hours later, like towards when school ended, plus this was towards the end of the day, my teacher had actually called my mom asking how I was doing and all, and that she'd send me somewhere else when when the class watched the rest of the movie. Then my mom also called a doctor using Teledoc, and he recommended a tetanus shot and also some kind of cream to rub on the gash up here. And my dad was actually kind of mad. What he said was I shouldn't have gotten up. I should have just sat there with my eyes closed and ears covered so I couldn't hear or see anything. So yeah, it was kind of embarrassing. Anyways, the next morning I got the tetanus shot. Went back to school. There were a few concerned people, I would have stayed home that day, but I actually had another English test since it was like at the end of the year testing. And I also forgot to mention this was my junior year. So yeah. I haven't passed out since then. I've actually had some close calls. And yeah, I just still can't believe this happened. And hopefully it won't happen ever again. Even though I kinda doubt it. And then when I pass out the next time, I'll be sure to let y'all guys know it happened. So yeah, that's how I passed out in junior year in biology. I just really hope it doesn't happen again. And if you're wondering what caused me to pass out, it was just the sight of blood. Even though I did pretty well with handling my own sight, my own blood. I've also had to step out a few times in other classes. I remember I did in health class freshman year. We were watching something on surgery, or there was a surgery scene, so I asked if I could just step out of the room, which I did. I've also passed out in 8th grade. That was embarrassing. I'm just hoping I don't pass out again anytime soon. I did have a close call though, this year, when I was hammering my metal part into the vise of my manual mill at school. While I was holding it, I actually hit my hand with the hammer, and it kind of left a blood blister. It actually kind of grossed me up, but I didn't actually pass out. And believe it or not, I actually drove down to the square to that feeling like that, and I didn't even pass out. But anyways, that's the end of this video. Hope all of y'all enjoyed, and it is pretty long. I'll give y'all that. Plus, I kind of got off topic at one point. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to thumbs up this video. Thumbs up any of my videos. Get your friends to watch my channel. Get them to subscribe. Once again, please do not hate on this teacher at all. If I see any negative comments, I'm going to delete them. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.